Alan Judge is in goal against his former club. Steve Hardwick is cup-tied. John Dreyer returns at number 3, so it's the Oxford starting lineup that put out Manchester United in the last round. Neil Slatter still not quite fit. In fact, there are only 4 survivors from Oxford's winning team at Wembley 2 seasons ago. As for Luton, number 3 Rob Johnson switches to the right-hand side of midfield. Danny Wilson moves to the left because Ian Allinson is cup-tied. So, number 11 Ashley Grimes plays at left-back. Without their long-term injury victims like Ricky Hill and David Priest, Luton have really kept their run going. Only 2 defeats now in 17 games. And tonight's referee is Keith Hackett from Sheffield. So Luton in blue shirts and white shorts will play down the slope in the first half of the first leg of this semi-final. We've had wind, we've had rain, we've had snow here, but this quaint manor ground takes on an extra exuberance on a cup night. Here's Danny Wilson for Luton. Tackle was by Dreyer, now Rhodes-Brown. Hebard, free kick. Offside. Yes, breaker for Luton. Brian Stein, Mark Stein. Hebard for Oxford. Not playing as the sweeper behind the back 4 tonight, you'll notice he's more in midfield. Oxford just changing their tactics slightly there. Here's Ashley Grimes. Rhodes-Brown for Oxford. Foster for Luton. Phillips. Now Grimes. The 2 Steins combining. Harford. Grimes again. It's come across to the other fullback, Breaker. Backs up for a foul by Rhodes-Brown on Breaker. Steve Foster has made his way forward here to support Mick Harford in the middle. Tried the short one to Stein. Danny Wilson again. Foster. He stayed forward then, Steve Foster, and good covering by Mal Donaghy there. In again by Breaker. Stein. Breaker. Here's Harford. He beat Briggs, he found Wilson. Oh, saved by Judge from Danny Wilson's shot. And brought away well for Oxford by Trevor Hebard. Certainly an early warning there for the home side. And Alan Judge, who started at Luton, defies them here. Out by Harford to Danny Wilson. Made room nicely for that shot, and the goalkeeper read it well. Foyle. Dreyer. Foyle again. Shelton is in the penalty area with his arm raised in a central position. They can work a position for a cross. Rhodes-Brown. Hebard. Well, Seeley saw it coming from Hebard. It was spectacular stuff. Don't think Les Sealey had any doubt at all that he was going to turn this over, but it was well struck by Trevor Hebbard. And it's given Oxford United a corner. And the Luton goalkeeper, who's had a very good 18 months and has answered back many of his earlier critics with his form, will be pleased with that last 60 seconds or so. There, McDonough, Wilson, both the Steins are in there. Here's Bryan. Oh, Harford! Well, he hit that almost by accident. He was actually pushed over and almost into the shot. Rhodes-Brown. Good long kick there by Alan Judge. Foyle and Shelton. Foyle again, now offside against Rhodes-Brown. Oxford using Rhodes-Brown as an outside left, natural left-footed player. And interesting too that Trevor Hebbard, who had that last blistering shot, is playing tonight in front of the back four rather than behind them, as he has done for Oxford in recent matches. Number 7. Harford. And Shelton sorting things out for Oxford. Dreyer. Well, you can see the two managers have been talking about being a shade tighter since Saturday. The tackling is very busy. So far, perfectly fair. That was Hebbard. Briggs. Oh, decent ball. Rhodes-Brown. Saunders coming in from the far side now. And it required a better ball in than that, really, from Peter Rhodes-Brown. This is Rhodes-Brown. That ball landed on the roof of the stand, so Keith Hackett was just making sure there was no damage done. Harford, Brian Stein. Oh, nice play by Luton. They do build up well at times. This is Ashley Grimes. Harford again. Caton, McDonough, Johnson. Offside flag is up against Brian Stein. Rhodes-Brown, no, the referee wants that retaken. Phillips placing the ball for Oxford. They've got Caton and Briggs both in there. And Caton couldn't get the flick on. But he'll stay up now. This is Rhodes-Brown. Breaker keeping him in check. Ball was out. Luton throw. Johnson for Luton. There's Ashley Grimes. Hebert. Put up. Free kick. Slight suggestion that Oxford are starting to put a spell together. It's been some time coming. Briggs is forward this time. There he was, and it was a volley by Grimes that cleared it. Beautifully controlled by Mark Stein. Mick Harford, who was back helping the defence, now plays the ball forward. Mark Stein. Five minutes left in the first half. Oxford United 0, Luton Town 0 in this first leg. Here's Brian Stein for Luton. Harford. Brian Stein again. Beautifully done by Luton. Wonderful goal. Brian Stein showing again what a good technician he is and how well Harford combined with him. And that's Luton Town's educated style of football all over. Brian Stein turned, prodded it to Harford, lovely layoff, good return, well collected and beautifully struck. Well, at times that I've seen Luton play and Brian Stein has come up with a fine goal. He really is an excellent finisher and he's put the away team ahead in the first leg of this Little Woods Cup semi-final. And he'll be pleased with that goal coming 5 minutes before half-time. After all the talk about the direct route to goal these days, it's lovely to see a goal which is constructed in a direct fashion, but with some really admirable skill on the part of the goal scorer and the provider. Well, Oxford now have the advantage of kicking down the slope, which has in the past been to their liking in cup matches particularly. But as yet, these Little Woods semi-finals this season going in a similar fashion. Arsenal had the lead at Goodison Park and were able to hold on to it. I wonder if Luton can do so here. That's a good kick by Alan Judge, and Dean Saunders chasing in behind Maldonaghy, and he goes down. Penalty in the opening seconds of the second half. A penalty to Oxford United, and I wonder if they'll make better use of it than Everton did in the first match on Sunday. The player going through is Dean Saunders. He comes in behind Maldonaghy. Was there a shove? Keith Hackett said yes, and Saunders himself has stepped forward to try to level the scores. He scored from a penalty against Les Sealy in the league match on Saturday. I wonder what that will do for the war of nerves between the two. He scores again, and Oxford United are level in the first minute of the second half, and Saunders keeps up his record of scoring in every round of the Little Woods Cup this season, and he never looked like doing anything else than burying that penalty right in the corner. That's the 8th consecutive major match in which Saunders has scored, and it brings his total for the season to 18. But it could be a priceless goal for Oxford. Mark Stein with the cross. Harford. Here comes Danny Wilson for Luton. And the second half gets off to a sparkling opening. Straight from the kickoff, Luton creating an opening, and Danny Wilson with the shot. McDonough. So the first leg now finally poised. Don't think Luton will be very pleased with the defensive play that allowed Saunders to get in behind Donaghy in the first place there. He seemed to come from a position where he was actually second best at one point. And certainly Les Seeley's reaction suggested that's what they feel. And there's going to be a substitution by Oxford United. Gary Shelton looks to have been carrying a knock. And he's coming off to be replaced by Richard Hill. In goes Rhodes-Brown. And Foster this time volleying it clear. In by Dreyer. Saunders underneath it, got half a touch. Hill arriving. Richard Hill, the lad who came from Watford along with Bardsley here. Formerly at Northampton, where he showed a good goal sense. Forward by Caton. Briggs. Foil on Mal Donaghy. Harford's the target again. Well won by Caton. Forward by Breaker. Brian Stein underneath it. And for once, his first touch not up to standard. Wilson. Good 1-2, McDonough, Stein, McDonough! And only because Dreyer threw himself in did Luton not create another splendid scoring chance. The passing again was so slick. This is all part of what Luton work on and how well they do it. Wilson will take the corner. Stein up with the keeper, and he came accidentally off Foster. And Oxford are surviving a rocky 5 minutes here. They've left parts of their penalty area unguarded, and Alan Judge needs a bit more cover there, I think. Richard Hill. Saunders wanted it played early. Hill delayed. Found Dreyer instead. Rhodes-Brown. Dreyer. Foster, not a good header this time. Hill. Good job, the block was there for Luton. Bardsley, and it's blocked again. Well, high level of entertainment here now. Richard Hill getting the first strike in. And well controlled by one Stein and then by the other, but He was bundled over as he released the ball. Didn't get the free kick, though. Phillips. Oh, that's the stuff. Rhodes-Brown. Headed out by Grimes. Rhodes-Brown. Oh, he might have done better from that position. Goodness, there were three waiting. And he held his head, so he knew better than we did that a better ball could have gone in there. This is Briggs. Saunders. Hill. Oh, good stuff from Oxford this time. Offside in the end, but Oxford, who I think probably paid Luton a bit too much respect in the first half, are now stringing together some very sweet passing movements of their own. Saunders at the heart of most of it. Rob Johnson. And it's Brian Stein again. Oh. And the unerring finish deserting him on that occasion. But Luton with a great opportunity of regaining the lead as Oxford's defence stumbled. It came off Hebbard at first. Johnson threaded the ball through. Another defender got a touch. Brian Stein did it all right, apart from side-footing the finish wide of the post. Well, that was a let-off for Oxford without a doubt. Halfway through the second half, and Brian Stein might well be reflecting on that miss. Mark Stein. Johnson. Forward by McDonough. Clayton with the half clearance. Dreher's over there with the final ball out. But Luton will not allow themselves to be penned back. They're pushing up again now, making this a very open first leg. Wilson. Breaker with the ball in. Here's McDonough. Bardsley. Oh, there's a bit of a late challenge gone in there, but no one's any the worse for it. Referee Keith Hackett, quietly, just making the point to Ashley Grimes, because he saw it. It was good refereeing. Keith Hackett just had a word with the offender as the play went on. Johnson. Stein. Oh, corner this time. Took a slight deflection, Brian Stein's shot. But even so, the middle of that Oxford defence is rocking a little now, as it did on Saturday. It's never looked like being 7-4 again, but there have been enough openings to give both teams hope. Stein, Wilson. So that's twice that Brian Stein has come close to adding to his splendid effort of the first half. And now here's Dean Saunders again for Oxford. Phillips. Flags up. Free kick given. And here's a chance for Oxford. Dreher's arriving. Caton and Briggs are in there. Tommy Caton at the back. Goal kick. Well, there's no lack of interest or incident in this first leg. And both defences living rather on their nerves in the second half. Just strange how this fixture seems to produce goals and opportunities at both ends, as the fans are well aware, whenever the two teams meet. Harford. And what's refreshing about this being a semi-final is that neither side has made any attempt to close the game up. Stein to Harford. Mark Stein is on the far side. There he is. Did he handle it? Play on. Breaker. This is McDonald. Dreher with Mark Stein. The amount of running that Luton's front players do, Oxford can never relax. Foul throw. Wasn't delivered correctly from behind the head by Breaker. So here are Oxford with Les Phillips. Looking for Saunders. Donaghy again is the defender with him. Rhodes-Brown to Phillips. Rhodes-Brown. Phillips. Oh, Saunders a good turn again. Penalty again! Saunders brought down for the second time, and Luton go across. And they're very upset with this one, but Keith Hackett once again had absolutely no doubt at all as Saunders made his way through, and Donaghy, I rather think, is the offender for the second time. Certainly several other Luton players have protested, but Saunders will now take his second penalty of the match, his third against Les Sealey in a matter of days. This could be an unusual hat-trick, but more to the point, he could put Oxford United in front in this tie for the first time. No! Well, sometimes the goalkeepers win the battle of wits when there's two in a match. And it went the same side as before, and Sealey was waiting for it. Watch this. Same corner, and the keeper knew. And here comes Hill, and still, and Saunders. Oh, play on, Hill, wide. And Oxford with a chance to score, and for a split second, there was almost a shout for a third penalty. Fun and games in Sealey's goalmouth, but it wasn't really amusing for Luton, because Oxford there, with Richard Hill coming in, opened things up. It was a bit wide for Saunders. Now the goalkeeper actually might have pulled him down there. So the first leg of the Littlewoods Cup semi-final ends in a 1-1 draw. Oxford protecting their unbeaten record in this competition here but not without a scare or two. Brian Stein putting Luton ahead with an outstanding goal. But in the second half, Dean Saunders equalising from a penalty and then having one saved by Les Seeley. High drama here, and it all goes back now to Kenilworth Road, where Luton, the home side then, will start level on their artificial surface. 3,500 Oxford fans will be allowed to watch that match, by the way. And what a second leg it could prove to be.